it will be fascinating to see, honestly, if Taylor Swift does write a song about marriage and children. Because that'll be the real break for her, right? Because she's been writing teeny bopper stuff since she was
she keeps getting dumped by these Lothario.
Or she's dumping them, right? Yeah. I mean, she's 35. My big critique of Taylor Swift has been that she's 35, but every song sounds like she's 17.
Yeah.
Right? That everyone was tweeting out the meme from High School Musical of like Zac Efron and the girl in High School Musical, whose name I can't remember, singing to each other. And it's like, right, but that's High School Musical. And she's the age of like my wife, who has 4 children. Right, and so it just shows how we've delayed marriage in the society to the point where like mid-30s marriage is now considered normal and healthy, as opposed to when mid-20s marriage was considered normal and healthy for women and even younger. And so it will be fascinating to see how her audience reacts to if she gets married and has kids. Her starting to sing songs not about kind of these teenagey feelings of breaking up and first romance, but like a mature relationship with a human being that lasts longer than 6 months and results in children.
Because otherwise,
like it actually could be a seriously powerful cultural force. I hope that's the direction she moves.
Yeah, because otherwise she turns into Madonna. She's dressing like that for the rest of her life, and she's as she's falling apart. With just the costume is moving around the stage. But I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, I don't think they're getting married. I didn't want to like burst anybody's bubble. It seemed like you really were hoping.
Is it all in hop?
We can dream.
She's Taylor Swift and he's Travis Kelce. Like, I mean, that's why they're not getting married. She only has relationships. I mean, she was just dating a guy 5 minutes ago, Matt Healy, and she said she had never been happier in her life. And then she dumped him after.
But that guy was a total
because her fans
cuck,
didn't like him. She dumped him, and now she's back into this other like. Obviously, Taylor Swift is crazy. I mean, I just want to like. Obviously, the problem is not the guy.
She's gonna hate.
Well played. But I mean, obviously, if you've seen what she's even done in business and how she tries to manipulate her audiences, like to get out of like deals and contracts, like she's totally insane. Like she's the most toxic feminist that's ever existed. And what she does is basically the threat is that if she doesn't get what she wants, she writes a song about a guy and then has 15 million girls singing the songs and drops little clues so they know who it's about. I mean, it's totally psychotic if you really think about it. I don't think you appreciate how psychotic that is, that you can't date her for 2 weeks without her writing a song about you. I mean, what she did to John Mayer as well, he was like, I literally did nothing to her. Like we went on one date and I didn't deserve this.
You're ruining
And then
this
there's a bunch of like 10-year-old girls whose brains are not developed who then go and attack whoever it is. Like Scooter Braun's family, his young kids, literally had to go into hiding and get security because Taylor Swift wanted out of the deal that he legally purchased her catalog of music. And she wrote this, you have to go find it on Tumblr, this like glorious rephrasing of basically like, my dad signed a contract, a legally binding contract for me when I was 15. He now has the catalog because he purchased it. And she was just like, you know, as a woman, I sat on the floor and I wrote these songs. And then they tried to kill Scooter Braun's family. And he did nothing wrong other than purchase her catalog.
But
and he only had it for like 6 months before he let somebody else purchase it. But like she hated Scooter Braun.
This is a room full of Swifties you're talking
No,
about.
guys, I'm sorry. Like I just like obviously she's not getting married. And Travis Kelce,
I was going to wear my
to some science. Travis Kelce has exclusively only dated black girls. He had a whole show only dating black girls. This is not even his type. He just realized that this is like a good business move for him, and it is. It's a genius business move for him. But this is going to be one album, and then it's
I totally agree with her now. I got to be
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be like depressing about it, but like it's one album, and he's not going back to like he's not going from like black girls to like Taylor Swift. This is like a business.
Because when you
it's a scientific fact. If we have to pull up the articles, we will. The science has been done. Trust the science. You don't go back.
I have much more to say on that point, but first, laissez les bon temps brûler, baby. It's Mardi Gras. You know what that means? Tomorrow is Ash Wednesday. That means Lent is starting. Lent is a time of intense prayer, fasting, and giving. So a lot of people give stuff up for Lent, and that's why I'm stuffing my face right now and smoking 1,000 cigars on Backstage. Hallow's annual Pray 40 Challenge is one of their most popular. Last year, over 1 million people joined. This year's Prayer 40 Challenge focuses on surrender and includes meditations on the powerful book, He Leadeth Me. This is a true story. Well, you want to interrupt my prayer?
I do.
Okay.
Hallow. I use this all the time.
Do you?
I love this app. Yes, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I use it for meditation and for listening to scripture, and it has Liam Neeson on, so if you don't pray, he hunts you down and kills you. You know? It's great.
I've acquired a set of skills over a long career, and that skill is the rosary in particular, and which is a great thing you can pray on Hallow. There are many other prayers on Hallow. The story of this wonderful book is a story about a priest who became a prisoner and slave in the Soviet Union during the Cold War. His story is one of ultimate surrender and how we are called to offer up our worries, our anxieties, our problems, and lives to God. There will also be Lenten music, Lent-specific Bible stories, and other Lenten prayers like the 7 Last Utterances of Christ with Jim Caviezel. Hallow is truly transformative. It's just a wonderful app. So what are you waiting for? Join Hallow's Pray 40 Challenge today. Download the Hallow app at hallow.com/backstage for an exclusive 3-month free trial of more than 6,000 prayers and meditations. You can even join Drew on there and many, many other people as well. Hallow.com/backstage. Okay, back to it.
I basically agree with everything you're saying about Taylor Swift. She is awful. I think calling her the most toxic feminist ever is quite a statement. Like that's very well. That's a
Toxic
high bar.
feminism is when you use it's like Kesha, Taylor Swift, they've been doing this. It's a new breed of feminism. She's a new breed.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm writing an entire book on this. It's like the Lena Dunham school of thought. She literally said Lena Dunham taught me feminism, which basically means that you can get whatever you want so long as you're able to sell to people that you're a victim because you're a woman. And she has done it to the tune of $1 billion.
I agree.
Like she re-recorded her catalog and resold the same album because Scooter Braun legally purchased her catalog. Her dad was sitting on the board of the company and she said, I didn't know it was getting sold. You didn't know it was getting sold? Your dad is sitting on the board of the company. What are you talking about? But 8-year-old girls don't understand business. So they then just tried to kill Scooter
You don't
Braun.
think she's going a little baby crazy, though, and just...
No, her ovaries are going crazy. She wants a baby.
This guy
he might
Healy,
get a baby.
was
That's a
Healy-
very...
Was Healy the one
$1 billion
who made her like a permanent girlfriend? Was Healy the one where they dated for like 5 years or something?
Who? Healy? No. Healy was the one. The 6 years one was the London guy who didn't
That's
want
the one
any
I'm
press.
thinking
Then she had a relationship right after that, and
Oh.
she burned the guy that she was with him for six years. She burned him. Then dated Matt Healy, but then her fans freaked out because Matt Healy is kind of based, and like he made fun of Ice Spice, and her fans were like, "This is racist."
Okay,
like,
then I rescind calling him a
is that why Ice
cuck.
Spice
The
was in the
5-year
Super
one
Bowl?
is...
yes, because Taylor Swift
the what?
fucked her like
He's
a
a cuck.
psycho
He's the
to do a
cuckold,
PR move. That's a psychotic PR move.
just-
Yes,
Can I get this
I
question
have to
out?
say that's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
only
let-
thing that made Taylor Swift even palatable to me at the Super Bowl was the fact that Ice Spice was next to her, because Ice Spice, not knowing what football was and being lectured by Taylor Swift and then celebrating as though she like totally knew what football was by the end of the game. It was entertaining to me just in that sense, because the only person more inauthentic than Taylor Swift in that box might have been Ice Spice.
Yeah.
But this is like,
That's how
I
they
didn't
became
know enough
friends.
about Taylor
Matt
Swift.
Healy
I got to
said
admit, like,
something racist. Her fans freaked out. Well, they said it was racist. He was just joking on a podcast. He's kind of really into like the topic of masculinity, and he's actually quite interesting, even though he dated Taylor Swift. But her fans dug up old stuff and said he's a racist. And it also turns out that he was watching like really gross black porn. And her fans dig this up. And then Ice Spice, they were like, how could you let him say this about Ice Spice? So Taylor Swift just like went and plucked Ice Spice up as a friend and took her to the Super Bowl. Like that's totally
Yeah, can I
psychotic.
ask you this? I gotta get the question. I have to get it out.
Totally a
we're all
psychotic.
being informed. Like,
What- yeah. Well, I didn't realize that. So you're the Taylor Swift biographer. I didn't.
Yeah.
What do you? So she is awful. Total agreement. And Travis Kelce is a total tool. And I despise him and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, hold on, I
in general.
got to
He's a
defend
great.
this.
He's a
But hold on. Do
Everything just
you
fell
agree that
The whole episode just fell apart.
as a political strategy? Do you agree that it's a bad political strategy for the right to go
100%.
after her and try to demonize her? Best strategy is either to just ignore her or say, okay, she's going to get married. Great, fantastic.
Yeah, not a problem. I have no problem with that. But I just want to also let you know they're not getting
No,
married.
but
Okay, so I'm
Wow.
but I'm also so.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'm also right. Okay.
You're also right. Yeah.
But I
Wanna establish
think
that.
here's the thing. I had you guys don't know this, and this is absolutely true. I had a brief sojourn in the music business when
when
I
you dated Taylor Swift.
I'm the only man who has not dated Taylor Swift, I believe, and it was proverbial that female pop singers were insane. I mean, it was like people would say, "Oh, as crazy as a female pop singer." They're all like this, but I don't even think it matters because the NFL is just a big image that you see, and you see it for today, and nobody will remember the whole thing. It's just we should have played the image.